it is now. There. There he is. He's by the sink. And there, he's washing. There, right there. You see the flash?
Yes, Lieutenant. It's a Q blip.
And now the second one. There. There's the second cue. Now that's the cue for the projectionist to make his changeover. Am I right, Miss Freestone?
Yes, Lieutenant. I'm very impressed.
Excuse me, ma'am. I don't mean to interrupt. Right there, that high shot where the man's lying on the hotel bed. That's where the new reel begins. Just watch it, ma'am. And there, that's where the man commits suicide. And that's what the projectionist saw right after he got back from the shipping room. That's what Mr. Muirhead told me. He came back into the booth, looked up, and he saw a man blowing his brains out. You had to make the changeover right before Mr. Muirhead got back from the shipping room. Not a few minutes earlier. Not some time before, like he thought.
I'm afraid in this case, Walter must be confused, Lieutenant. He checked the footage counter before he left.
You must have fooled him about that, ma'am. What I think. I think you changed the footage counter to place yourself in the projection booth at the time of the murder. But really, ma'am, you had time enough to leave the booth and get to Mr. McAndrews' office. Just enough time. Because when you rush back to make the changeover, that's when you must have dropped this glove by the projector.
It's Walter's glove. Walter's projection booth. I don't think you have a case against Walter.
No, ma'am, not the way he kept that booth so immaculate and all. I don't see him just throwing a glove on the floor. And the lab says that this glove has powder burns on it. And then there's the gun. Mr. McAndrews' gun. The gun that murdered him. The one that you put on the elevator. Our people found it this afternoon. And then we took a second gun, one that looked like this gun, and we put it back on the elevator. But we put it where it could be seen, as if the continuous movement of the elevator had jiggled it, so now it became visible. Watch this, man. That's a TV picture of where we placed the second gun. Just before you got on the elevator with me, man. There it is. Now there. That's the way it looked. Right after you got back on the elevator and came off it. And you'll notice there is no gun. Not anymore. Because you got rid of it. But this gun, this is the gun that you murdered him with.
I see.
I'm sure you do, ma'am.
It's very odd. They say there's a great sense of relief that comes when something like this is over. I don't feel that at all. Quite the opposite. Will you be taking me?
Yes, ma'am, into town. After that.
After that, I think I know what will happen. I'll fight. I'll survive. I might even win.
Yes, ma'am. Should we turn this off, ma'am?
Doesn't matter.
Oh, yes, ma'am. The power shortage. I think I know the right button. Just one more thing.